The follow-up to one of 2020's best Android phones is coming sooner than you might think. The Oppo Find X3 Pro has already leaked quite extensively, revealing updated specs, new camera tricks, and a fresh design. So could this be one of the early Galaxy S21 killers from this Chinese brand? Take a sec to subscribe to Android Central so you don't miss our coverage of this and all of 2021's upcoming Android flagships, and we'll jump right in. So most of the reliable information we have on the Oppo Find X3 Pro comes from Evan Blass, aka EVLeaks, over on voice.com. Blass first leaked the basic specs of the Find X3 Pro late last year before following up more recently with leaked renders of the phone itself in a variety of colours. Let's get the nuts and bolts of the hardware out the way before we get to the really juicy parts of these leaks. First off, no real surprise, we're dealing with a phone running a top-end Snapdragon 888 processor, and on the front we've got a 6.7-inch QHD plus 120Hz panel. In some of the leaked renders you can make out a hole-punch selfie camera over on the left-hand side there. So on paper the screen is similar to the Find X2 Pro, though a year of technical advancements should mean that the new panel is a bit less battery hungry compared to last year's model. Speaking of which, the battery capacity is, according to Evan Blass, rated at 4500 mAh. That's a nice bump up from last year's 4200, but still short of the 4800 of the Galaxy S21 Plus. The trade-off though is that you can probably look forward to much improved charging speeds of the new phone in terms of both wired and wireless refills. Plus, the addition of wireless charging in general is a great thing, addressing one of the major omissions from the Find X2 series. So we're looking at 30W wireless charging and 65W wired, and if that sounds familiar, it's because that's what we're also expecting to see from the OnePlus 9 Pro. Oppo and OnePlus share a lot of technology and recently combined their smartphone R&D divisions, which is an interesting change from basically pretending to be different companies for the past several years. In any case, it doesn't look like we'll see any more exotic charging technologies used in the Find X3 Pro, such as the 125W charging speeds that Oppo teased last year, but still 65W is pretty damn fast. As far as software goes, we can expect the Find X3 Pro to ship on Android 11 and ColorOS 11 out of the box, and we've already gotten an early look at that software thanks to recent updates to the Find X2 Pro. It's got improved multitasking features, a lot more customization options, and new always-on display capabilities. Though it is possible that we will see some new and unique software stuff added just for the new phone. If you're familiar with the Find X2 Pro, you'll know that the cameras are one of the most impressive features. But for this next-gen model, Oppo is taking a slightly different approach. For starters, the design of the back panel and camera hump has been switched up. Now you've got a more iPhone-style camera module with 4 lenses, in addition to a glass or possibly ceramic rear that curves up to meet it. And just like the Find X2 Pro, there does also appear to be another vegan leather option on the cards. Anyway, the cameras themselves. The star of the show, according to Evan Blass, is a new and currently unannounced 50MP sensor from Sony, which will be used for the main shooter. It's unclear what the new features of this sensor might be, or which lens it might be paired with, but it should be an upgrade from the already impressive IMX689 that was used in last year's phone, which was already an excellent sensor. Your ultra-wide camera is also a 50MP unit, which could introduce some interesting possibilities for video there. If you remember, most of Huawei's recent phones have also used high-quality ultra-wide shooters as their primary video camera. There's also rumoured to be a 13MP telephoto camera, which at the moment is a bit of an enigma. Some rumours say this will be a 5x shooter, but based on the leaked renders this doesn't appear to be a periscope zoom camera, so it's not clear how it'll compete with the Find X2 Pro's 5x telephoto. And if it's not 5x, then it is possible the new phone may even offer weaker telephoto performance compared to its predecessor. We'll just have to wait and see. In any case, I would be surprised if Oppo's new phone could match the extraordinary telephoto capabilities of the new Galaxy S21 Ultra with its unique dual telephoto setup. And finally, there's the new 25x macro microscope camera, which is an interesting addition, but possibly one that risks being labelled as a gimmick. Although the purported zoom level sounds impressive, the mere 3MP resolution does give me some doubts about the actual image quality that will be on offer. So the Oppo Find X2 Pro is rumoured to debut in early March before launching a month later in April, at least in Europe and Asia. Stay tuned for more coverage including hands-on video, and subscribe so you don't miss everything we do here at Android Central. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.